Action.
Okay, 1957 Pontiac Super Chief Safari wagon. All wagons in 1957 were safaris, not just the Nomad body style. Got this car in 2005 from Montana, right at the Montana-Washington Canadian border. Brought it back here to Richmond, Virginia. Yes, I do have a Virginia title. The car was last on the street in 1969. It's been sitting ever since. Enclosed, you'll see in the video, I'll try to point out everything you will be asking me questions. The body itself, externally, is solid. The floor and the front and back floorboards are bad. Starting here, back here, and I'll walk around. There is glass damage. About half the glass got BB shots in them. This one here has one. All this solid. Gas tank underneath it. What's underneath? The gas line, brake lines are rusted. The bottom of the gas tank is rusted. Does have a scrape here. Does have a hole here, but we have new panels for it. All the doors were froze solid when I got it. I got 3 of them working. One of them still needs to be freed up from where it was sitting. This one here froze up again. I just got it off. The latch off, it's in the garage, freed back up. This glass got a BB shot in it. This glass is good. Obviously that one's broke. Windshield has,
Action.
okay, down here, good and solid, all up through here. All this chrome is good. Again, it's a Super Chief. They did have the chrome bezels around the edge, was not standard on all models. The front grille is overall in good shape. One bent up in the bumper here, looked like somebody tried to pull it. One little crack right here in this eyebrow. This fender is black. Apparently somebody replaced it one time or another. But if you look up under the edge here, it was pink at one time. So apparently they put a fender on it, and the aftermarket paint job didn't hold it as good as the factory. Over here, I did, in cleaning it off, I did find one small rust through here. You see a scrape here. I bought new in 06. I bought new floor pans. I have both sides. I have inner rockers for both. If you look on here, I bought these from Car Industries at Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And you see their markings, US made, factory gauge, 55, 56, 57 sedan floors. You see I paid $2.99 for the pan. The outer rocker arms,
Rocker panel.
They were $125 a piece, and the inners I think were about $75 a piece. I have them laying here so you can see how much of the body they cover. It goes from the kickboard, where this meets the dash crown itself, and the kick panel. Now these are Chevrolets. If you look at it, the doors, the glass, the roof is the exact same as a Chevrolet. The people at Cars told me that people were using these in the Pontiacs. The biggest difference I know you'll find is the Pontiac in 57, the heater was under the driver's seat, and it was a flat panel in the floorboard for it to sit on. This doesn't have that, so it would have to be modified to accommodate the heater. But otherwise, the whole is solid. Surface rust from sitting in the car for 15 years. Again, this window here not showing any damage. Both of these are, and it vents is good. Missing on the engine is a 347 super cheap Whirl 4 barrels, 270 horsepower. Right now I have electric fuel pump on it, pumping off a tank that's sitting in the grill because the gas tank is bad. The brakes do not work on the car. As the doors are frozen, so is the brake pedal. This here, as far as I know, really hasn't ran probably an hour since 1969, and I put that hour. Still has the oil in it and all that, so it's never been changed and all. So I imagine changing it and all would help it quite a bit. I did put water in it and antifreeze because it's late in the year. I had to block rainfall this time. It is antifreeze in it, not showing any sign of any significant leak. And it has ran over like half an hour without running hot. Okay, inside the doors were solid all underneath. I had to remove the door panels to get the locks out. As I said, the floorboard is rusted out, and the inner and outer rocker. That's what's over there on the ground. That carries from just about the brake pedal on back. I think over the last 5 or 6 years, I haven't been in the car for about 4 years. I think a raccoon or a possum took up residence, and they picked at the seat. Rear doors, same way, good and solid. The floorboard seems to be good to right here. Going back here to the back. Let's see if any real major damage around here. I have never laid on the ground or put it on a lift and looked totally underneath, but from what I can tell, the frame is all solid as a rock. And looking at this part of the trunk area, I would take more likely all back here is good and solid. As you can see, that's the spare tire well, and all that's solid. The cables are freighted. They're the same thing that's used on the Chevrolet. There are about 3 different length cables that these cars have. I have a cable. I believe the cable I have is a little bit too long. It goes to a real elaborate pulley system that tightens them up. Goes all the way up at the back seat. And depending on if it's a 2-door, it's a 4-door, all determines different lengths of the cable. Okay, these 2 tail lights here were the original ones. This one was not damaged, this one was. I picked up another one. Station wagons use different tail lights than all the cars, so they're kind of hard to come by. I have a new lens for this one here. I have transmission manual, shop manual. Here's the cable I was referring to. I have dome light lens, dimmer switch, new master cylinder, one of these is missing, and when I bought them, they came as a set. I have another carburetor, and the reason I bought it, somebody had taken the automatic choke off and put a cable on it, and I wanted to put it back original, so I bought it for that purpose. This piece here goes for close to $200. You need this to make dual exhaust. The pipe, the original ones, got a crossover that goes out toward the front. You put this on it, gives the exhaust down for the driver's side to go to the back. This piece of chrome here is a horseshoe. It went under the back of the parking light. It is damaged. It is repairable. These are different than the car. The car ones have little tangs sticking up with screws go in them. These are held on by clips, so they are different. That area back in there are different, even though they look a lot alike. This is repairable for somebody who knows what they're doing to sit there and straighten it out.
That's stainless?
It's stainless steel. All the chrome on this is either chrome or stainless steel. There's no aluminum. Have a new, one of the parking light lenses. Had bought that. It needs both of them, but I had picked up one of them. All total, I had spent probably close to $1,300 in extra parts over the purchase of the car. I don't need to sell it. I'm not hurting to sell it. To say that the price is $3,500 is negotiable. It might be if somebody's standing in front of me and has cash. I'm not going to negotiate over the internet, and we come up with an agreement, and then somebody backs out after all that conversation. So you're here,